Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to continue the explanation of models. My dear students, models are the part of verb. Verb we are familiar with that shows action of noun and pronoun means subject. So that is known as verbs. So verb is actually uh, is in two parts: main verb and auxiliary verb. So main verb is like uh, I played cricket. So your played is the main verb, and I am playing cricket. So your am is helping verb. Okay. So verb is in two types: main verbs and auxiliary verbs. So we are actually doing the part of auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is also in two part. The first part is modal verbs and the second part is helping verbs. Helping verb means is, am, are, has, have, had. They are helping verbs. Okay, they help verbs to give its meaning. But here we are doing modal verbs. So modal verbs are those verbs who expresses the intention of the speaker. So what is the intention? What is the mood? Okay. What is the style of the speaker? They try to explain with the use of these verbs. As I said in the previous lecture, means part one explanation, the use of shall, will, and would. If I say I will play football and I shall play football, two sentences giving two different moods of the speaker. I shall play football means I and we take shall, and so general future action. But when I and we means the first person when take a will, it shows determination, threat. Okay, so this is the explanation I had given you. I will play football means there is no doubt of this. I am sure and certain and very much determined and forcefully I am telling this I will do this. But I shall do this, it means he is telling about his action in future, that what the speaker is going to do in future. No stress is there. So actually modal verbs are actually concerned with the intention of the speaker. The mood of the speaker is expressed in with the help of this model. So two models we have done, will and would, and now we are doing uh, more models like shall, should, can, and could. Today four we are doing, and next we'll do next. Shall you are familiar with? It is used with the first person to show a general future action. You are familiar with tense. In simple future tense, I and we take shall and rest all the subjects means second person and third person take will. So this is the explanation here. The rule number first of shall is it is used with the first person to show a general future action. Example is I shall go to New Delhi tomorrow. Means the speaker is speaking his mind and just showing his plan of tomorrow. General way. Now see the note. But shall is used with the second person and third person in the following situation. But when shall is used with second person means you, and third person means he, she, it, and they. So when shall is used with the second person and third person, see following expressions are there. What is the expression number first? For command and order. In order to place order, in order to give command, okay, shall is used with the second person. Example, you shall not go out without my permission. So here you is second person and shall is stressing on that. So it is a command, okay, or order. He shall follow me means it is the order, okay, and a sense of command. Command is generally the senior, okay, is giving to its junior, and order is also the same, but command are generally given in regiment, offices, regiments, okay, an order is given to anyone in office also and in general case also. So he shall follow me. That is the order. Now the third example of this third expression of shall is for a promise when it is used with second and third person. You shall be given a present if you stand first in the class. So this is the example of promise using shall. The fourth example, fourth rule is for a threat. When shall is used with second and third person, it shows threat. Example, you shall be punished if you disobey me. So this is the threat. You shall see what will I do. Okay. So this is the threat. You are giving threatening to someone. The next example is for determination. Shall is also used with second and third person in order to show determination. He shall apologize. This is the determination of the speaker. It shall be done. So this is the determination. Now the next verb, modal verb, that is should. So just as would was the past form of will. Similarly, should is also the past form of shall, and in place of shall, we will use should in past form. Wherever we are using shall in present form, we will use should in the past form. The first rule is that. For example, I said that I should go there. This is the past tense, and in place of shall, the sentence it is used should. Now the most important use of should is it is used for duty, advice, instruction, and is missing in instruction. You write that. You should consult a doctor. This is an advice. Generally should is generally used, okay, maximum in case of advice. You should do this. You should do your homework. You should practice hard. You should work hard. These are the advice sentences. Next one is instruction. Students should answer all the questions. This is instruction. If the principal is looking at your report and telling you that you should work hard, so it is a piece of advice also, and it is a piece of instruction also there. Next one is obligation, duty. What is duty? One should serve one's country, so that is the duty. And obligation is also there. There is a use of should, obligation. You should respect your parents. It is an obligation. Okay. You should respect your elders. It is obligation. Obligation is missing, but I have explained here. So it is duty, advice, instruction, and obligation. These are the major four use of should, and they are generally used in this case. Don't forget what is obligation. You should respect your parents, elders. Now advice, you should work hard. Instruction, very limited. Generally in question paper it is written there. You should answer all the questions like this. But advice, duty, and obligations are used in maximum, okay, use of should. Now in after lest, lest are used, okay, in conditional sentences. Work hard lest you should fail. Lest means here the meaning of lest is otherwise. Okay, so in this conditional sentences, after lest should is used. Make haste, otherwise lest you should miss the school bus. So this is the use of lest. Okay, lest we use should, and the meaning of lest is otherwise. So this is the condition. These are the uses. Now the use of can, very important. Can, the main important use of can is ability, power, and capacity. This is the best use, and that's why I put all these three okay together. Can is used to express ability, power, and capacity. Now see, I am giving the example of ability. I can write an application in Sanskrit. I can drive a car. I can type 500 words in 1 hour. So this is what is that? This is ability. I can lift 10 kgs, 50 kgs. This is ability. I can work for 5 hours continuously. So this is what is that? Ability. So you write a sentence, okay, using can, that shows ability. Next one is power. What is power? The CM can transfer a DM. This is the power of CM. So in case of power, can is used. The principal can suspend you from a school. This is the power. The class teacher can appoint a monitor. This is the power. The class teacher or subject teacher can dismiss the class. This is the power. So this is the power, the use of power. Okay, the can is used to show power. Now we have capacity. See the example of capacity. This hall can accommodate 500 persons. So this is the capacity of the hall. The water bottle can contain 1 liter water in it. It is the capacity. Your school bag can contain more than 20 books in it. It is the capacity. So in case of capacity, in case of power, in case of ability, can is used. I think I'm clear. Next one is permission. Can is also used to express permission. In which case? While giving permission, while taking permission. So see the example. You can take these books. What is this? This is the permission. You can park your car there. This is what is that? Permission. Can I come in, sir? This is the permission. Can we park our scooter here? Permission. Can I have your pen? This is the taking permission. So I will reply, yes, you can. So I'm giving permission. Can I come in? This is the taking permission, and giving permission. Yes, you can. So generally these kind of expression are used in a spoken one, but you can also write using can, using can, okay, showing permission. But I have written here note. In note I have written, for permission may is used more than can. Can is also used, but may is used more than can. Like, may I come in? May I take your pen? May I have your lunch? So the answer is you may, you may not. May I take your pen? Yes, you may. No, you may not. No, you may not. So these are the examples. So generally, may is more polite and can is little bit formal. So when you are asking to your sister, you should use can. Can I take your pen? So simple, okay. If you are entering in the bedroom of your younger brother, so can I come in, my dear friend, my brother? So you can say, if you say may, so may is generally give and take permission to the senior one, okay, to the school teacher, to the elder, to the parents, okay, like this. Now we are coming with the next one, could. Could is the past form of can. First example is, instead of can in the past, means could is used to express can, the expression of can in the past tense. Okay, so instead of can in the past tense, example is, he said that he could manage everything. This shows the ability in past. You can also use the capacity. The CM could transfer the PM. Okay, it was in past tense. He said to me, the CM could transfer the PM. The PM could transfer the DM. The teacher said to me, the principal could dismiss the students, suspend the students. So this is the past tense, okay, of use of can in could form. Now the best use of could is I'm given together here uh, for a polite request, interrogative sentences. In polite request and interrogative sentences, like see, could you help me please? We have read the example of would. Would is also used to show polite request and in interrogative sentences, and could is also. So would is more polite than could. Don't be confused that would is also used in a polite request and could is also used in polite request. So which one is better and which one is not better? So think that would is more polite than could. Just like may is used more in case of permission than can. But can is also expressing permission. Similarly, would is used more. I have not written in note, but I'm telling you right now would is used more okay in polite sense than could, but could also uh, can be used to express uh, polite requests and interrogative sentences. Example is here, could you help me please? Could you do it for me please? Could I have a talk with you? So these are the requests and interrogative sentences. Now the next use of could is express possibility in unreal situation. Very nice use of this. Means when possibility is there in fiction, in unreal condition, so could is used. Example, if you tried hard, you could succeed. You have read okay about would. Would is also used okay in possibility or in order to show unreal situation. I would fly if I were a bird. I will marry you if I would be a king. So these are the unreal situation using would. Similarly, could is also used in unreal situation showing possibility. Okay. If you tried hard, you could succeed. This is the possibility. Now we are coming with the homework assignment. Now I have written here homework assignment. Write sentences which with each expression of can, could, shall and should. You will write your own sentence like ability. I can lift 10 kgs, okay, or 20 kgs, 5 kgs. I can purchase this bag, okay, at the cost of my pocket. So this is the ability. So you write some sentences expressing ability, okay, using can, and then after this sentence you write an ability. Similarly, the next sentence you write showing permission and then possibility. Got it? Next, could is there. So can we don't have possibility. It was wrongly written here. Uh, you will only write down ability, permission, and request. Ability, permission, and request. In place of possibility, you write down power. Okay, I think it was power, but how it was written possibility. So permission, ability, request, and power. You will use these four expression. Okay, using can. Now could you will use okay could in sentences showing ability, request, possibility and permission also. Okay, so here four sentences. The first one is four sentences. Next one is shall. So you have to write only two sentences, but I am adding one more. Shall, only two sentences. That is suggestion and willingness. I shall do this. Willingness is also similar to showing future action. I will. I shall go Delhi tomorrow. Okay. I shall do this. This is the willingness and showing future action. Now should. The use of should is expresses its obligation. You should respect your parents. you should obey your elders. This is the obligation. Okay, you should um, uh, serve your nations. You should so obligation, advice. You should work hard. You should practice hard. You should do your homework assignment. Okay, every day. These are the advice. Suggestion. Suggestion is also similar. Okay, see, advice and suggestion are two different things. You write. Okay, example according to the expression I have given. Obligations is also there. So you will use. Okay, and will write sentences using the expression. So thank you very much. Any confusion, you please ask. Okay, in the group or personally to me. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.